Hello everybody, my name is Hal. This is Quail Studios Guitar. Thank you for being here. Today we're going to talk about the Nashville numbering system. A couple of days ago when I was talking to my supporters on a Zoom call and we were talking about scale degrees and keys and things like that, and one of the guys said, "Hey, is this like the Nashville numbering system?" And I was like, well, what's the Nashville numbering system? I don't live in Nashville, and I've used numbers to think of scale degrees all my life. And so I looked up a couple videos on it, and it's like, oh, Nashville numbering system. Okay, I get what you're talking about. I guess it's just a fancy thing that we come up with just because, this has been around for years and years and years. Hundreds of years, in fact. Not necessarily the idea, the name Nashville numbering system, but the way that we look at music and the way we think of music, and also as guitar players to be able to get around the neck and that kind of thing. And I've been doing this since I started playing guitar. When I first learned about bar chords, and actually, a friend of mine came home from school one time and he said, "Hey, what do you know about bar chords?" And I had just been playing open position chords, right? C, D, and G, and things like that. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. I learned some songs like that. Okay, so it starts on a G note, but it's on a C chord. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing, right? If you said, oh, that's too low for my voice, or that's too high for my voice. Well, how do you change keys quickly? How do you do that? Well, using the idea of a numbering system is very helpful. There are a few things that you need to know. Some keys to unlock the doors of this magical system. I'm going to call it a magical system, but it's not really magic. It's just, once you know it, it's like, oh, that's easy. So anytime you know something, then it's not a mystery anymore, right? So you need to know your notes on the E and A string. And I did a video about this, learn the notes on the E and A string, and I'm talking about the low E from open up to the 12th fret, and the A string from open up to the 12th fret, because this will unlock the whole fretboard for you once you understand how to do it. And that's all you need to know, is the notes on your E and A string, and then there's a couple of other keys that you use to find notes anywhere. And also it helps you with bar chords. And that's another thing. You need to learn how to play bar chords. Like some people have called this an E bar chord. Let's just get a little closer and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So there's an E chord. It's just like that. And when you move it up, let me get my capo. I know some people don't like capos. Hey, it's a great tool. I put a capo on the first fret, play an E chord. It's a different chord. Put the capo on the second fret, play an E chord. It looks like the same chord, but it's a different chord because now we're moving up the neck and we're using different notes. Okay? Now, instead of using a capo, you can use your finger, and that's where a bar chord comes in, like this. Instead of my capo, I use my finger, play an E chord. Now, some people call these E bar chords. Well, you can call them form 1 bar chords. Okay, let's call them form 1 bar chords, the ones on the E string. So what happens is that when you know your notes on the E string, there's an E, F, G, A, B. E is open, F is on 1, G is on 3, A is on 5, B is on 7. Now when I play an E chord down here, my E string is open. Let's go back to my capo again. If I put the capo on the first fret, that's an F. So when I go like this, that's actually an F chord. When I put it on the third fret, that's a G chord. When I put it on the 5th fret, let me loosen that capo a little bit, A chord. When I put it on the 7th fret, B chord, right? When I take it off and use my finger, E, 1st fret F, 3rd fret G, 5th fret A, 7th fret B. Ta-da! What do you think about that? So you got to know your bar chords to make the Nashville numbering system work really well. Also, A chords, sometimes called form 2 bar chords, some people call them A bar chords. Now I was playing A with one finger. I do this a lot. If you want to know how to play these chords, the A chord and the E chord, I do have videos on them, so go check them out, and you will see how I play them. Okay, so A bar chords, or form 2 bar chords, there's an A, this is an A note, B note's on the 2nd fret, C is on 3rd, D is on 5, E is on 7. The notes on the E string from open to 7 are E, F, G, A, B. Open 1, 3, 5, 7. The notes on the A string from open to 7 are A, B, C, D, E. Open 2, 3, 5, 7. You'll notice that the open and the 3 and the 5 and the 7 are the same on the E and the A strings. The only difference is that the next note after E is 1, F, and the next note after A, which is open on the A string, is 2. So it's open 2, 3, 5, 7, open 1, 3, 5, 7. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Got to know that. Now we could go all the way up to the 12th fret, but we're not going to do that right this second. We're going to wait. So on the A chord, A, remember we used our capo last time. Let's put it on the 2nd fret. 2nd fret's a B, that's a B chord. 3rd fret's a C, C chord. 5th fret's a D, D chord. 7th fret's an E, E chord. All with that same A shape. You can do the same thing with your A, B, C, D, E. Now I'm doing it with one finger right here, right? A, B, C, D, E. Now you could go like this, A, B, C, D, E. That works. I kind of like to do it like this. I don't get off of that E string very well though. It's difficult when I use that finger. Like I said, it doesn't bend back very well. When you use distortion, it doesn't matter so much. Now let's turn that up a little bit. For purposes of what we're doing, we're going to leave the distortion off and play clean. You can put the distortion on anytime you want. You know what? This video is getting to be long. So I can use these bar chords. I can go between E and A or F. Now this is an E bar chord, right? And here. These are the bar chords. E and A. Let's do a bar chord on 1. Now we didn't talk about this one on the 1st fret. We talked about the B chord on the 2nd fret. So what is this one, back 1 fret? It's called B flat. E, A, F, B flat, C, G, C, A, D, B, E. Should we stop there? Let's introduce one more thing. This is going to be more than one video, I can tell, because there are a lot of concepts to cover in this idea of the numbering system. Now, if you've stuck around to the end of this video, at the end of the video, usually my face comes up like right around in here or something, or over here. And it, you know, gives you the opportunity to subscribe to my channel. But then a couple of other boxes come up, which are videos that I've linked on this end screen, so to speak. And so what I'm going to do is, for the next video, you will see end screens on these videos that I'm making, and just click on them and go to the next one. I'll put the next one up here right at the top. Is that where it happens? I think so. This last thing that we're going to do here is major scales. We're going to talk about major scales because we play in major a lot. Well, we play in minor also, but let's start with major scales just because that's a good thing to start with. Here is my major scale sheet. And you can see it says major scales, and there's a few things on top. Uppercase letters equal major chords, lowercase letters equal minor chords. There's a little circle that equals diminished chords, and a plus equals augmented chords. On the right-hand side, it says there's a symbol for sharps and flats. And then right there below where it says major scales, you'll see C at the beginning of the top. And it says C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Well, that's the C major scale. And you'll notice that there are uppercase letters and lowercase letters. And then the next line down says G. It starts with a G. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and there's a little circle on that one, G. Well, that's the key of G. That's the G scale. So we can go right down. There's a D, A, E, B, F sharp, C sharp. These are all major scales. And then in that block below, see that one? It starts with C again. And then it goes to F. And then B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat. Do you know what this is? This is the circle of fifths written out. So you can see the circle of fifths on the left-hand side, that column going all the way down. That's the circle of fifths. I'll explain this a little bit later too. And then going across the page, those are the actual notes in every scale. So you don't have to guess what they are. You don't have to, you know, try to figure it out. It's all written out for you. Now, when I do transposition, I think of this chart, and it's in my head. You can actually get it out and look at it. You can find this chart in my Quail Studios Music and Lead Sheets book, and just become a supporter. Some people are over at Patreon, some people are over at Subscribestar, and also some people don't want to do either of those, so they just get in touch with me through my email, lessonswithhal@gmail.com, and they do give me a PayPal donation. And thank you very much for those of you who do that. And for all my subscribers and supporters, I appreciate you so much. All right, so let's go on to the next video, and we'll talk about this more in depth. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.